Missionary story. William Carey. William Carey, the consecrated cobbler missionary to India, 1793 to 1833. William Carey, missionary to India for 40 years. William Carey is called the father of modern missions. Of course, we want to know something about him. In the year 1761, he was born in a lowly cottage, in the little town of Polluspie in England. His father was a schoolmaster. In this village the boy spent the first 14 years of his life, and his father gave him the best education he could. But at 14 the boy was his own master. The bench was his seat of literature, and the shoemaker's stall his hall of learning. The boy who, when but 6 years old, used to repeat sums in arithmetic to his mother, which he had worked out in his own mind, was not likely to stop learning at 14. He finished whatever he began. He used every chance he had. The room where he worked was filled with insects in every corner, and he delighted to watch them growing. He collected birds, butterflies, and animals, and was also fond of drawing and painting. He was an active fellow, and fond of the things boys love to do. He was a great favorite with those of his own age. As a shoemaker's apprentice, William Carey did his work so well that his master kept a pair of shoes to show William's good work. He married at 20 and had his family to support. After 2 or 3 years he moved to Leicester and built up a church there. All this time he managed somehow to do much studying. He mastered the Latin grammar in 6 weeks, and the Dutch language in a wonderfully short time. Greek and Hebrew were learned without a teacher. In 7 years, he could read his Bible in 6 languages. He bought a French book for a few pence and in 3 weeks could read it. He found it so easy to learn a new language that it was an amusement to spread out a book before him and study as he worked. Very soon Mr. Carey decided to go himself as a missionary. His wife felt that she could not go. There were 4 children, one of them a baby. But before he sailed, the mother decided to go, and the whole family set out for India. It took 5 months for the voyage. On arriving, there were dreadful times and many hardships before a place could be found for the family, and Mr. Carey had to take what work he could get to support them. 15,000 miles from home, the only way to get more was to work for it. Mr. Carey said that he would not depend on the society at home, but would support himself, and sent for seeds and plants for a large garden. Soon after, the 5-year-old son Robert died, and no one could be found to make or to carry the coffin. Men were afraid to touch the little body. Soon the missionary work began with many trials. After 5 years he went to Serampore, where his great work was done. A wonderful work was done by the mission press. Before Dr. Carey died, 212,000 copies of the scriptures had been sent out in 40 different languages among 300 millions of people. After 40 years' labor as missionary, professor, and translator, he fell asleep in Jesus.